And what's going on, motherfuckers? It's your boy Dumar Rettenbacher here again. Today, we're about to tear down Athena's old engine, the $160 junkyard boy that I grabbed 2 years ago. Well, 3 at this point. So, yeah, let's get it and let's check it out. Alright, so here she is in all her window glory. Oh, there we go. Daylight through that side, daylight up through there. And over on this side, ooh-wee. Might be able to see, yep, you can see down, whatever, yeah. Needless to say, I tore her up pretty good. And now I'm interested to see how the heads look. These are 243, so it'd be nice if they're salvageable. Obviously, I'm keeping the timing covers. Got those nice welded bungs on it. Clean it up real good and all that. And obviously, these are the manifolds I mocked up when it was all back in the car. So that stuff is going to be salvageable. Obviously, stuff like motor mounts and such. But other than that, this is a scrap block. So here we are. I'm about to tear it down and let's get into it. First thing I got to do is get my knock sensors out, and I can get my valley plate, valley cover, whatever you want to call it, get that off. And then you take the valve covers, manifolds, and all that stuff off. And then after that, we'll get ready to get the heads off. Good old DeWalt should be able to break every bolt loose. So this will be fairly simple and fairly quick. So let's dig in. Damn, son. Motherfucker's still clean as hell. I want to say I put 1,500 miles on this setup. Very hard miles. Very hard miles. Alright, so got the valley cover off. There's some friends in there. Yeah, just metal. Whatever. It's no big deal, that's fine. Oh look at that. Is that a piece of piston? That's a piece of piston. Sweet. Got piston in the valley. Got fucking sink. Alright, so I got this head just about ready to come off. I got one last bolt here. I just want it to be surprised together when I take this head off. So here we go. Let's see the Carnage, guys. Now, me and Alex had a bet before I take this off. He said both heads are going to be like kind of fucked up. I think one is going to be completely fucked and the other one's going to be like flawless. That's where I'm at. So, let's see. Loose. Everything's loose. Water's coming out. Barrel's loose. Wait. Alright, that's alright. Sorry, y'all. I just want to be certain. Alrighty. And here we are. Oh, she's a little nicked. But I mean, I could run that. I'd run that. I'd clean her up a little bit, but I'd fucking sit in that. Alright, let's check this hole out though. Well, they take a chunk out the crank. Oh man, I get that crank out of there in a bit, but it looks like it took a chunk out the crank. Fucking nice. Alright guys, one more piston to go. I mean, one more head to go. Alright, so I got all the head hardware loosened up and off of here. Now I'm getting ready to lift this one up. I don't know if I still have a piston over here. I don't think I do, but I have no idea what actually happened. So, well, I know what happened. I blew it the fuck up. What do we got? Oh, nope. No piston. Well, there's part of one down in there. Get down. There we go. Half moon. So I broke 1.5 pistons. Oh shoot, let's see what the head looks like. Ah, that's loud. Head looks decent though. These heads are fucking fine. They got a little bit of dents and dings in them, but overall they look fine. You can clean these up real good. Sweet. That's good news at least. And that's hilarious. Alright. That is beautiful. Alright, so Had a little trouble getting the crank pulley off. The bolt came out with ease, but yeah, the pulley's pretty tight on there. So I'm just heating up this crank and hoping it expands. Not the crank itself, but the pulley. I don't want the crankshaft to expand. So I'm just going around this with the map gas, trying to expand the outer hub, and then hopefully that should expand it so it's just gonna pop off here soon. It might start walking forward actually. We'll see. But just give you guys a update on the progress being made. Would you look at it? Yeah, that was that's the biggest hole we got. She's a big one. But I got all the bolts off the oil pan, so I'm about to tap it on off of here and see what kind of carnage we got underneath. Oh, this thing's falling. To no surprise. Woo! Oh man, there's still bits in there. Then bits everywhere. Here's a bit, there's a bit. Here's another fucking bit. Holy crap, look at the oil pickup. That definitely got whacked by a rod or piston or something. Wait, are these fucking rod bolts still holding on? My God, what? Yo. They're finger tight. Let's see what we got. Or what's left of this one. It's finger tight anyway. Is there a piece of upper rod on this or something? It's probably bent. Alright, that's a 13. This should be interdasting, guys. I want to see what this, if I can get it off, what this crank looks like right here. And that is not a 13. I don't think that's a 10. Where did I set the 10? Oh, that's something else. Alright, give me 1 second, guys. Alright, so got the rods off. Well, the caps or what's left of the rod. I don't even know what to call these parts anymore. But this is the failed bearing. Fucking obviously. And if you think that's bad, let's take a look at the crank, shall we? Yeah, that's a nice little step there. For those of you that aren't aware, that is supposed to be one size all the way through. But as you can see, there's a very pronounced step on this crankshaft now. So I would say it turned itself into maybe like a 40 under crank. That's pretty sweet. It's talented. It's doing it on its own, man. Don't even gotta turn this thing. It's self-turning. So what the fuck? I'm gonna take the rest of this stuff off and let's continue to see how the inside of this motor looks. Alright, so here is the old F-body pickup tube. Needless to say, that's gonna be scrapped now. It's unfortunate because it was brand new as fuck, but whatever. Shit happens. Also, for those of you who keep buying F-body windage trays, this is a truck windage tray, and I cut it. That's it. It works with an F-body pan. I had the F-body pan. I mean, as you see, I had no issues with clearance, nothing. You just want to cut it right here, right before the second bolt. And that's basically all a F-body pan is to begin with. Is the exact same thing as a truck pan, but it stops right here. So there's no reason to spend the extra money on one. If you got one as a package, whatever, but don't break your neck trying to get one. So I'm just trying to pick up some of these pieces of my soul before I take this windage tray off. So let's see what we got under here. Oh, the rest of the motor is actually not so bad. Yeah, that's not the worst thing. Hold on. Holy crap, check this out. That's a nice little gash out the holy shit. That's all chewed the fuck up. That whole crank. Beautiful. Simply beautiful. Even the oil, right by the oil hose. Yikes. That's, I don't know if you can get that to focus in. Yeah. That's a nice little gash on that. beautiful. You did good. You came from the junkyard. Alright, let's keep tearing this shit down. Alright, so I got this just about all torn down. I gotta get this crank pulley off. And I don't have my 3-jaw puller. I have that at my dad's house, so I'm gonna grab that. But I'm not gonna hold up the video just for something that silly. So this is where we're at with everything. You guys saw how torn up the crank was. Surprisingly, after we got past these 2 cylinders, the bearings weren't the worst. They aren't perfect, but I mean, those aren't severely scored. I mean, that just looks like a high mile engine. I mean, those are pretty good. And yeah, so I gotta get this timing cover off because it has the drain plugs for my turbo on it. Other than that, I wouldn't really care to even pull this crank pulley off because I'm doing another one anyway. So with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed the video and the teardown. And oh wait, shit, I forgot to say what I think happened. So I was racing this car, on my way to my buddy John's house. I was on my way over there, and I got on M59, and there was a C7 Corvette, and he like kind of did a racer flyby. So I went after him, went to go get him, and he slowed down. We both went down to about 40, 50 miles an hour. I started brake boosting. Now, pause. This engine had an oil leak. Anytime it got in the boost, it would push out the dipstick really, really bad. And I wasn't too good at checking the oil on this fucking thing. I was kind of going by, if it has oil pressure, it's good to go. Which usually is not a good way of thinking, because it can have oil pressure with like no oil in it. So, that being said, so I went to go after this C7, and I was brake boosting, getting up next to him, and he gave the 3 honks. We took off. I put buses on this fucking guy, and I thought maybe like he wasn't really racing me or something, but when I lit off, he started pulling really hard, and it was very obvious that it was a race by the time it was all said and done, because the guy looked at me, came up next to me, and was just laughing, and then asked me if I wanted to trade. So, in all my excitement on my way to John's house, I started to hear a little bit of a tick, and I didn't think anything of it. Thought the car already had a broken exhaust bolt. Maybe I got everything super hot and that exhaust was starting to leak because it sounded like an exhaust leak. As time went on, ticking got worse, but I still had good oil pressure. There was no oil, no metal in the oil on the dipstick, and that was maybe July of last year, and it was ticking, but again, I was like, maybe the flex plate is cracked, maybe this, maybe that. So I was in pretty bad denial. It was a rod knock because of how good the oil pressure was. And I mean, it was at least 80 psi on a cold driving experience. So I thought it was good on bearings and all that, but apparently I was fucking wrong, because after 3 or so months of beating the shit out of it, changing flex plates, and finally coming to terms that it was a rod knock, I just kept beating the shit out of it. Drove this car to Chicago. Well, didn't drive it to Chicago, but I drove all the way around Chicago, trailered it out there because I thought it might break, and it didn't. Then the Dream Cruise, I turned it up pretty nice, and was bouncing the limiter, doing burnouts, flybys, all just beating the shit out of the car, trying to kill it. Still didn't die. Kept it going for 3-4 months with that rod knocking. It kept getting worse, but I couldn't kill it until I was going to an Ink meet. That's my club, if you guys don't know, Ink Nation, Impalas and Caprices. We was on our way to a meet, and I decided to drive this because the meet was close to home. Even though it was making the rod knock really bad now, I was like, it'd be alright going down the street. I haven't been able to kill it yet. So I was driving, and as I went, the wastegate, the reference line on the wastegate, decided to melt, and I didn't notice this until after, but it started to melt, and that just kind of let the turbo do its thing all the way up until it was done doing its thing with my engine. And this car got insanely fucking fast for like 2 seconds, and it pushed me back in the seat pretty good, and then it exploded. So that's what happened with that. I'm assuming it was just, like I said, the rod knock due to negligence. And I can't be mad because I got 2 seasons out of this motor. I paid $160 for it in the junkyard, like on sale. And I didn't do anything, didn't gap the rings, didn't even take the crank out, didn't check bearings. I didn't do anything to the motor. I literally just, the first season, I just slapped it in, didn't even take the heads off. And then second season, I went to the 243s and an F-body oil pan to make it a little easier to deal with. But other than that, this is a stock block. Oh, snap. I cracked the block right here too. That's pretty awesome. If you guys want to see that, I didn't notice that. I wonder if it's cracked elsewhere. But that's pretty cool. I just caught that. Ha. That's like mushroomed out. But anyway, regardless, definitely let this thing eat. It got really fucking fast. We shacked 2 pistons out, and then we pulled it home. And this is where she's been ever since. And right now I got another motor that I'm doing. It's a little bit more. It's got a stock crank in it, and it's going S480. You guys saw the setup before I tear everything down. As you see right now, Athena is in the teardown process. I'm about to clean all this frame stuff up and make it nice, and I got new steering components and all that. I'm gonna do the Jeep shaft mod and get everything up under here cleaned out. You see I got my line lock and brake lines just about done. So I'm getting closer. I want it to be at the point within the next 2 weeks of where all I need is an engine, and where all I need is an engine, and when everything's done in the machine shop and balancing and all that, I can just slap this fucker in. So we're getting really close to that. Just got this tore down. Just got to take that timer cover off of there. And yeah, we're going to keep making progress on Athena. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. That was fucking silly. Just how destroyed this block is. But that being said, like, share, subscribe, and don't forget, let that bitch eat. Domestic violence out, baby.